injury come up around the program? You're obviously 29-game winning streak on the cusp of back-to-back national championship undefeated seasons. Does the big picture come up on?
Coach O does a great job of picking his points in time to remind us, to just help us understand who we are, what we've been able to accomplish, but then also remind us that that's not a guarantee that you're going to be successful going forward, that you have the DNA within you, but you got to go out and you got to earn it. So Coach will pick his spots to remind us, to help us understand, the confidence level that we need to have, but at the same time understanding too that what got us to the point to where we are is that one day at a time mentality, that just that daily focus, that windshield mentality is what allowed us to be on this run.
Trevor's 25-0 as a starter. He's about to start his second national title game. He came in as a very, the number one quarterback who's kind of lived up to everything. Perspective, these 2 years for him, Tony, and how he's just exceeded.
And what makes it so special is sometimes because of who he is, and just how humble he is, how gracious he is, how he goes about his business, you sometimes forget about what all he's been able to accomplish because he's just steady. I mean, he's the same guy every single day. Even when he was having a little issue early in the season with trying to force a couple balls with some interceptions, he was the same guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to be anything other than he was just trying to make the aggressive play. But I think that for all of us within this program, him included, we live in a bubble. We focus on, blooming where our feet are planted, being the best version of ourselves on a daily basis that we really can't put into perspective, what we've been able to do. Right now, we're focused on, it's not about going 30-0. It's about this moment, right? We may not get another opportunity to be in a national championship, so we just need to focus on today.
When he's able to run the football as successfully as he was, obviously in the semis, but a few other games recently, what does that do for you guys as an offense to have that added facet?
It just puts pressure on the defense that you got to defend everybody, and so what that does is that creates some one-on-one matchups for some other guys that may, if you don't run the quarterback, you may get a structure to where they could double team Higgins in the boundary, or they could double J. Ross out there to the field, and they could put an extra hat in the box to take away Travis. Now, they got to figure out how to defend the entire field. Because at some point in time, you're going to tip your hand on how you want to play us, and if it requires us to get that extra hat with the quarterback running the football, that's what we're going to do.
What do you remember your first impressions of Travis Etienne being?
First impressions. I tell him all the time, and he's probably going to get mad at me for telling this story, but I was in a bind when I reached out to Travis. We had been down the road for a long time with another back, thought he was coming to Clemson, and then things fell apart, and then I had another guy lined up, didn't know anything about Travis, that fell apart, and so I made a call to a couple people. They told me to check out Travis, said I'm coming to see you. He walks out. If you ever look at Travis, he's kind of 10-2 with his feet if you watch him. And when you're a coach, it probably doesn't even matter, but you look at those type of things and I'm like, oh my gosh, can this guy really run? How's he going to change direction with his feet like that? And lo and behold, I was like, okay, I'm stuck though. I have nowhere else to go. So then I go and watch him play basketball. And once I saw him on the basketball court, I was sold. I said, wow, watching this young man, it's just his fluidity on the basketball court, the ability to jump, his speed, his quickness. And then the thing that probably catches you the most about him is his smile. He's got such a natural and just such an innocent smile about himself. So those were my first impressions. So I loved the kid at first, just because his smile was so unassuming. But then athletically, it was like, man, what I'm saying? When a guy walks like that, can he really, really run? And he's proven me wrong, so I have to eat my words on that one.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well.
It's worked out pretty well.
So it wasn't any of the 4.2s he ran at any of those camps that got your attention?
No, because at the end of the day, you got to realize when my first communication with Travis Etienne, we had a young man committed. Travis reached out through another coach on our staff, and said he had interest. And when they brought it to me, I said, look, he's in Louisiana. I have a young man committed. Thanks, but no thanks. That's not how we operate. So I didn't pay any more attention to him. And then the next time I talked to him is literally, it would have been tomorrow night of this game. So literally, we go to a movie on what we call, so you got to forgive me, today is Thursday for me, right? Because we're in game week, so it's Thursday for me. So it would have been a Friday night in the movie theater. I'm on DM, messaging him like, hey, I need a running back, would you be interested? That was the first time I talked to Travis Etienne. And it just so happened, I think that's a testament, and Coach Sweeney tells us all the time in recruiting, man, do things the right way. And when we had that other young man committed, we were doing it the right way. And I think, and another thing that happened there too is because of that, I had to turn down DeAndre Swift. So it went from, I thought I was going to get DeAndre Swift, and I was working hard to get DeAndre Swift, to another young man committed, to telling Swift, no, now we're out. He's been committed for a long time. It falls apart. I got another young man coming to now Friday night before the 2016 National Championship. I'm texting Travis Etienne saying, do you have interest? And then I show up there on Tuesday or Wednesday morning after we get back, and the rest has been history. But I'm just, if I could take a moment, just want to say I'm so appreciative to Coach Phelps, to Travis's entire family for trusting me. They didn't know me. They had longer relationships with a lot of people, in the business. And my approach was just to be transparent and say, look, here's my situation. This is why I'm here. It was nothing personal, but this is how we operate. And if you have interest, just come check it out. And I think we were what he was looking for. He was looking for that small true college town with that environment where he could go play on the biggest stage, but still not lose who he is. I mean, if you look at Travis, man, Travis is just an innocent country boy that loves his family, loves to play ball, loves life, and he didn't want to get caught up in a big atmosphere.
Coach, he said the other day that he really wanted to redeem himself from his performance 2 years ago here on the Superdome. Do you have the sense of beyond the national championship that he's really looking forward to this, just being in this venue?
I think that the first reason he wants to redeem himself is to help his teammates. One of the most beautiful things about Travis is I've now coached him for 3 seasons. He's had unbelievable success. He's never once asked me for extra touches. He's never once came in and said, Coach, I need this many touches. That's unprecedented in this day and age when you're talking about a high-profile superstar. That to me tells me that he doesn't care about his touches. He just wants to play well so that his teammates can enjoy success along with him. So I think that's the first thing. He didn't play well, and the team didn't enjoy success, right? And then I also think there's a little bit something extra, not so much that he's playing against LSU, but he's playing here, and this could be his last time. This could be his last go round, in the orange and white. So I think he just wants to play well to leave a lasting memory if this happens to be his last time.
What was the Ohio State game kind of culmination of just his evolution as a running back, being able to pass the ball, catch the ball?
Right, that was something that we talked about because ultimately my responsibility is to Clemson. I got to help these young men be in a position to be successful at Clemson. But then I also want to help develop these young men because they have aspirations to play on the next level. So coming into the season, one of the points of emphasis was we have to become more consistent catching the football. Right? So you're going to have to put in some extra work. We're going to have to do some things schematically to help you gain that experience. And we went to work, and it just so happened that the 2 biggest plays that he made were in the passing game, which we needed. And it just goes to show just how unselfish Travis is to be willing to put in the work to be able to show up on the biggest stage. And I tell my guys all the time, it's all about how you prepare and how you practice, and don't practice a bad habit. So he really took to heart that he didn't go through the motions. Okay, well, coach just tell me go catch some balls. I'm gonna catch some balls. No, be intentional with catching the ball so that when you get into the biggest moment on the biggest stage, right, you're prepared.
LSU's defense was criticized for a lot of this season, but seems like they've kind of clicked the last few. As you prepare for them, what has stood out about them, particularly of late, that's challenging?
Yeah, the criticism is unfair. It's probably because the offense was playing so well. And they needed something to pick at. But what I've seen is that they've just become a lot more consistent and confident over the course of the season. You can tell that there were some guys. I think 18 didn't play much last year. I know 72 is a young guy. You got some linebackers in there that are young. 8 Queen's a younger guy. You got a freshman corner. So I think it was just more a function of those guys needed some time to work together. You can't just, you could take highly talented guys and put them on the field, but there's a certain level of cohesion, a certain level of chemistry, a certain level of communication that goes into playing consistent football throughout the course of the season. I think that they finally just found their consistency, and that's why they've been playing at such a high level. If you watch one of the last couple of games, there's nothing to criticize about it.
You mentioned the freshman corner. How good is 24?
Man, he's going to be special. He's already special, but you just see that down the road he's long. He's got unbelievable change of direction for a tall guy. He's got unbelievable speed. You can tell just the way that he moves. He's got swagger. He's got confidence, but it's not an arrogance. And those are the characteristics that I see when I watch a guy on film. Is his confidence a true confidence, or is he trying to mask it with something? But you can tell that this young man he likes the big moment. He's got the skill set. He's only going to get better.
Coach, when you have that much...
blown away by Trevor Lawrence. beating those defensive backs on that bootleg. Please speak to that, having a player that tall outrun those defenses.
Well, I've said it for the last 2 years, and people probably look at me like I'm crazy because we all know what Trevor's capable of as a quarterback with his mind, with his arm talent, his ability to stay in the pocket. But we said it all along, he can run. And we've even said that he's probably faster than Deshaun Watson. But nobody wanted to believe us until he got on that stage and he was able. But I think what it really was a testament to is that he wasn't going to be denied. That was the heart of a champion. That's what you saw in Trevor, a heart of a champion. You talk about this young man, he hadn't lost many football games in his life. You know, not just in college. He hasn't lost many football games in his life. And you don't have that level of success playing at the high levels that you played at in high school and college if you don't have the heart of a champion. And so he was willing to do whatever it took to help his teammates enjoy that victory.
Coach, when you